chicken in this. I've got some grated onion, just a little bit of grated onion, about a tablespoon there. And then we've got a whole host of spices and some herbs. Here we've got about a teaspoon or so of dried thyme. Used to use a lot of dried products in the Caribbean. Sometimes, I mean, they've got wonderful fresh products as well. Here we've got some nutmeg, so I'm just going to take one of those out and grate roughly about half a teaspoon. Now, nutmeg's a very powerful spice, so you don't need an awful lot of it, OK?
Can this be a good bitso recipe? You know, bits of this, bits of that. You don't have to be quite so precise with your measurements.
Absolutely. I mean, you feel you like more of one spice?
Yeah.
I do. No problem.
OK.
Here, we've got some hot chili powder. I'm going to use about half a teaspoon of that, something like that. It's up to you again. You like things a bit hotter. Just put it in.
Well, I mean, this is the kind of thing that I try to cook with my little boy. He's 6.
Right.
And, you know, I've done it since he was little, making little cupcakes and that sort of thing. But I'm now trying to get him more involved in the kitchen.
This would be good, because they love mixing, don't they?
Yes.
OK, that was some cinnamon there.
OK.
Now, cinnamon's very big in the Caribbean, as is the next one, which is ground allspice, which is Jamaican pepper, basically. So about a teaspoon. So easy to remember, a teaspoon or so of each. And then we're going to have...
I have most of these at home already, which is quite useful. There's nothing too exotic or out there, if you know what I mean.
Now, you obviously lived there for, how long, 15 years old, was it?
Just under 15 years, yes. We came back to the UK when I was 14 and a half.
Lime juice going in. When you came back, I mean, was it a big shock to the system eating sort of British nosh? I suppose not after
Not really.
yeah.
No, food-wise, it wasn't that much of a shock. I tell you what I really loved, we moved back to Scotland first of all, before we moved down to England.
Vinegar going in here, just a bit of vinegar.
Scottish fish and chips are the best in the world.
Are they?
I
think they dispute that down on the south coast.
Despite growing up in the Caribbean with you know, lovely flying fish and all that sort of stuff, you can't beat a bit of Glasgow fried fish.
Now, I've got a bit of garlic, so that was oil and vinegar just going in there.
OK.
And as I said, you know, if you prefer it a little bit sweet or a little bit hotter, like you said, it's entirely in your taste. So it's up to you. In goes the garlic.
Yeah, I like how you do that.
Yeah, you just smash it up. Let's just move that out of the way. Smash that up, and if you want to make it into a really fine paste, you just mash it up with a little bit of rock salt or something like that, and you get a really fine paste. But for the principles of the dish, this is OK like that. So we're just going to bash that in there. OK, and now we've got our chicken thighs here. OK, I use thighs because they're much more succulent. So I'm just going to slash the top. So we want to get that marinade right into the flesh.
So how have you squashed them like that? Have you just bashed them down?
Oh, no, these are thighs. You know, they'll do them in the supermarket. It's all boned out for you.
OK.
Skinless, ideally, if you want skin. Get your chicken in there now. You're going to do this bit, because you're going to have to do it at home.
OK.
I want you to get in there and massage it.
All the chicken?
All the chicken.
Every bit? OK.
Once you get your hands dirty.
This is the bit where my little boy stands on a chair and says, "Can I do that, Mummy?"
Exactly. Well, you can get him to do that if you're a bit squeamish. Are you squeamish?
No, not at all.
Just washing my hands under here if you think what I'm doing down here.
Depends what you're doing down there. I'm not squeamish.
OK, give that a massage. Ideally, overnight.
OK, I'm not that organised.
You're not that organised.
No.
OK, well, that's just as well, because we've got one ready. But shortest period of time, I would say, is about an hour, really. OK, smack that into the grill there.
Right.
And to that, I'm going to do a nice little salsa. Very simple, very easy. Mangoes, of course. You've got loads of mangoes over there, haven't you?
Yeah, we used to have a tree in our back garden, actually.
Oh, in Scotland?
It's amazing what they have in Cardonald. You'd be surprised. But no, and that's where I used to go and sort of get away from it all. I used to go and climb a tree and just sort of sit there and read books and this sort of thing.
So I've added mango, tomato. I've got a bit of red onion again. Very simple, all this. It's always good if you've got someone at home who can chop things up for you, isn't it? But hey, we don't always have that. A little bit of lime juice is good. Now, what we want to do is brown that chicken. And some people just bung it straight in the oven, which is entirely up to you. But I like to brown it a little bit first.
OK.
And it makes the cooking process much quicker once it goes into the oven. If you're going to bang it straight in the oven, you want to give it 20-25 minutes.
So could you put it in the oven while just marinating in its sauce, or do you pour most of the sauce off?
I take most of the marinade off usually if I'm going to fry it, but if I'm going to put it in the oven, don't worry, the marinade can stay on.
OK.
Because sometimes the spices will burn if you're frying them. OK.
You've got a griddle pan here. Do you have to use
No, you don't have to use that. You can use a Barbie. If you're a good outdoor kid, which you must have been in the Caribbean.
Yeah, my dad was king of the Barbie. No one was allowed near it, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
OK. Mint. Do you want to bung that in the oven and get another tray out? There's a tea towel here.
What, just in the frying pan like that?
Top oven. Just in the frying pan. Yeah, so handles
Okay,
will
right.
make sure the handles will take the heat, which those will.
The top one?
Top one there.
Aha.
And you'll find one in there already, hopefully.
There is.
Okay, in go the coriander and mint. Lovely combination of herbs. Just roughly chopped.
Should I put it back on the heat or take it off?
Perfect, that's perfect. Look at that. In that goes. You
Can I
turn
do
the heat
anything
off,
else?
actually. Oh, take the lid off, it's always good. A couple of tablespoons of oil.
Okay.
Now this is really fresh, really vibrant. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt.
So you use
Mix.
vegetable oil in the
Yeah.
mix, but olive oil in that.
Yeah, you could use a vegetable oil. You don't need to go and get two sorts of oil. Most people have got both in their cupboards now. Let's just plate that up beautifully. Look at those colours. Lovely. And this is so fresh you could use it with fish, grilled pork, anything you want. And this dish actually goes really well, and you'll know this, you get Caribbean jerk pork in the Caribbean, don't you? Especially Jamaica, like you said. And it's really nice with pork. There we go. Just a little drizzle over that, just to give it a little shine.
That's beautiful.
And there we have it. A taste of the Caribbean. Kick back and enjoy. Have a bit. See what you think.
I don't know why I eat the wrong way around. I've tried to correct it, but it just doesn't work. So if I ever go out, I have to surreptitiously swap it under the table.
It's really soft. Really tender.
That's the thing about thighs. You use chicken breasts, they can go quite tough and tight. I think
Try it with a little
thighs
bit of
better
salsa.
time every time. Can you taste that marinade?
You really can. I
It's
think
good, it's
even
not
my
too
little boy
hot.
would eat that. It's
I think
not
he
too
would.
Spicy.
You going to cook it?
Definitely. Definitely.
you.
Or I'll bring
Good
you
for you.
around. You can do it.